Hey everybody, and welcome to another episode of Tribal Trades. Welcome to the Daily Show. Wherever you are tuning in from around the world, I want to welcome you to the channel. Thank you for all of your kind comments, the questions. I look to get back to as soon as I can, and please smash the like. This helps get this content out to more people, to help more people become financially free. And of course, if you haven't subscribed already, please do so. There's a bell notification as well. You'll be notified when there is a new video posted. So we're going to do a quick Bitcoin update today. I get asked a few times, where I think it's heading. And really, my mindset hasn't changed. Certainly, there is some new data that I want to share to you and some interesting data that I want to share with you. But really, my mindset hasn't changed since my last Bitcoin update. However, there's some good, interesting things to look in the charts because we have some more data. We have some more closes. We have an important monthly close coming up on Sunday, and that will be an important close. And so here are the three scenarios. First of all, I had mentioned in earlier videos about it, if we lost the 50-day moving average, that the likelihood, and then retested against this, the likelihood of us coming down to here would be high. That's exactly what happened. It played out exactly as I specified in my earlier videos. I said we would come down, retest into here, wick, and then consolidate. And that's what's happened. Now we have the 200 EMA on the daily time frame that has provided some pretty incredible support. So here are the three scenarios that could happen, and I'm going to base it on my 1, 2, 3. So in order, this is, I feel, the most likely scenario of happening, probably the 70% chance of happening, is we come down and retest this 50-day moving average again, maybe wick below it, and then break back above it, and then sideways chop. This 50-day moving average is going to come down before we eventually break out sometime in July, early August, okay? The second scenario, the second most likely scenario that I see is that Bitcoin is just bullish. The ETH ETF comes out, that provides Bitcoin just continues to trade above the 200 EMA on the daily, and we don't wick down to that 55, 56. We stay here, and then we slowly make our way up. There'll be a lot of people liquidated, and that we retest the 50-day moving average. We maybe get rejected a few times before eventually sitting around this area here. This probably what I would say the 62 to 66,000 region before breaking off to the upside. And then the third scenario, which I think is the least likely, is that we come down below the 200 EMA, butt our head on it, and come down, wick down into the low 50s for a last, oh no, the bull market's over, altcoins are down heavy, and we've got this trend line support here, and we come down around here, and before we then gradually make our way up to 200 EMA, 50-day simple moving average, and then off we go. So again, my most likely scenario, I feel, is that we do test this and then maybe a wick down below it to 55, 56, creating a double bottom over here, which would be incredibly bullish. And then we retest and then break back above. That's my most likely scenario. With my second most likely scenario is the ETH ETF gives some bullish news, and we hold this, and we just continue to trade between the 200 EMA on the daily and the 50-day moving average before eventually breaking out of that. There are a lot of liquidations that can happen up here of people that are going short. And then, as I said, if we do come down here, which is a likelihood, so I'd say my third scenario is a 30% chance. Certainly this would be a good buying opportunity in my opinion. Certainly a scenario that I don't want to consider is coming down to these lower levels here on Bitcoin. Around 44K, 42K, that would be quite a drop. So those are my three scenarios that I'm considering, and I'll keep everyone updated on that. So I want to jump into a few little news articles that we have coming up. And I have talked about how Bitcoin being oversold on the daily has always been a good buying opportunity. Well, here's the deal, that Bitcoin has only ever been sold there on only 40 times in 14 years. And there is a hidden bullish divergence there, which is even more rare, which is only the third time, a golden opportunity. Okay, so Definitely. Now, this could take some time to play out, which is why I had my first case scenario with a little bit of a wick down below that 200 EMA before consolidating and taking off. Okay, so that can take some time to play off. We also have, as we've talked about, the minor capitulation. So we can see this big minor capitulation signal here. We're waiting for the buy signal to happen. Generally, that happens about 45 days after, which would lead us into around the end of July, beginning of August. Remember, my thesis on here is that we would break out of this pattern here. We're consolidating, accumulating in there. And remember, whales are accumulating. Whales have been buying this dip. So we see Bitcoin minor capitulation has reached levels comparable to December 2022. And it marked the cycle bottom after the FTX collapse. So again, we've got some more, what I feel could be some good. Now, does that mean that we're at the bottom right now at around 60, 61K? I'm not saying that. We could go a little bit low. We could wick down below that 200 EMA on the daily, tag that 55, 56, create a bottom before shooting up. But I think we are close, and we definitely have some bottom signals in currently on that one there. Okay. And then is there a bounce incoming? Because as you can see, we're on a key support trend line here. Titan of Crypto has posted this chart, and we can see again, remember, whenever we have been oversold on the daily, we have gone up. And that kind of correlates with this chart here. An oversold daily is rare. It's only happened 40 times in 14 years. This does not happen very often. Okay, so we come back to this chart here. We can see the last 3 times it happened. Look what happened after. Look what happened after. Look what happened after here. It doesn't mean that we can't come back, tag it again before taking it, have a fake out, have it create a little bit of a bear trap, and then take off. And then I found this interesting here. What if we are only here? And I don't know where we are in the cycle, but what if we are only here? And this is a nice bear trap before we take off. This could be more than possible that we are here in the cycle. I'm not sure where we are in the cycle. If I had to guess, this would not be such a bad guess of where we could possibly be, where we had this big takeoff and we're having a decent correction here, particularly in the altcoin market, and we could take off here. Okay. So I also get a lot of questions about, what is going to be a good coin to buy right now? What are some good tokens to buy right now? And I will be looking at posting some video updates. Certainly check out. This is why I put my crypto cheat sheet together. I put my crypto cheat sheet together, and you can see, if you go back to the latest updates, also in the comments below, you can see all the different buy and sell orders that are there, because I believe dollar cost averaging is the way. Any great trader that I've ever watched or followed or learned from, they build their positions. They don't just go in at one level all in and then, oh no, it's going down and they don't have any more capital to deploy. They are building positions, and this teaches you how to build positions. If you check out my life-changing gains series, free educational content, there are 5 episodes plus the money printing method, a bonus 5 more parts to that. You can really be educated on the best way to trade this bull market. Okay, I am accumulating in these dips. I have the levels there. I'd already accumulated at the bottom of the bull market, have been selling on the way up, and now I'm buying back some of these tokens at lower prices on this pullback, because some of them have pulled back 75% or more. And so the last thing that I want to just look at on here is this tweet here that I found particularly interesting. These are token unlocks. Okay, now here's a few things to keep notice here. Ondo is a one that's been talked about in the Discord a lot. The dump pressure is high because there's only 1.4 billion of the tokens in circulation. The reason why it's pumping and not dumping with a lot of these other tokens that we're going to look at the moment is because its next investor unlock date is not until January 2025. So I can expect a large dump leading in before that date. I don't know when's going to be the best time to sell your Ondo tokens, but certainly keep that in mind. But also, it's going to be 25% 1-year cliff, and then 25% annually for 3 years. So Hondo's going to have probably a big dump once a year for 3 years, starting here in January 2025. That's why I just unfortunately can't get as overly bullish on Hondo as I'd like to. We don't know what the demand is going to be for the selling of all those tokens when they hit the market, the VCs dump on people, but certainly keep this in mind. We also have Celestia here, which is another fan favorite of mine, and the next dump is going to be on the 31st of October, massive 33% unlock. So a huge amount is going to come onto the market. So accumulating Celestia between now and then, if you're a Celestia fan, certainly could pay dividends in the future, because they have 12 months linear vesting afterwards. It's not really mentioned how much each 12 months is going to be, but I think once you release 33% in the market, that's going to bring that up to, I think, probably around half of the unlock will be there. So that is why you've seen Celestia drop from $20 all the way down to $6. Can it go a little bit lower? I think so. We might have a little bit of a pump up, and people are going to get euphoric and excited, and then those with the smart money and those in the know, those who are watching this channel and are in the Stocks with Josh.com Discord. If you haven't signed up for that, I'm in there daily, in the crypto channel, in the Discord. Come and find me in there. You can sign up, link below, stockswithjosh.com. So you've got that happening. Another one, people are like, oh, what's happening with Say? Well, look at this. You know, it's only got about 27% of its supply. We've got another unlock coming in August. What are the details on that? We have 2.7% monthly 1-year cliff. So I'm not clear how much. Supply unlocked 64 million. So I don't think that's really a big unlock. And then 2.7% monthly. So that's kind of just bleeding out there. Another couple of ones. I mean, you can look there at Arbitrum. You know, Arbitrum, again, they have another big unlock coming. And then it's 2% monthly till March 2027. So that's starting to slow down a little bit. Sui, one of my favorites here. If we have a look at Sui, and then we're just going to wrap this up. Sui only has 13% of the supply out. Another huge unlock coming in 3rd of July. And this is why there's been a big depression of price. But the good news is, after that 33% huge unlock there, it's only going to be 2% monthly for 2 years. So that is certainly something for some good news. So it's definitely, would I buy some more Sui at these price levels? Could it go down lower? Certainly I would look into that. That could be a good play to pick up. Once this unlock happens, how much sell pressure is going to have. So I'm probably going to look and wait until the 3rd of July, wait to see what the VCs do. Are they just going to revest them or put them in a protocol like Sui Land and earn some interest on them, knowing that they can get much more bang for their buck a lot higher up? Will they sell? Maybe they will. We'll wait and see on the 3rd of July. And you can see here, if you're holding any of these tokens here, definitely to check those out. And all right, so I'm going to wrap it up there. I hope you enjoyed this update today. Look forward to chatting with those of you who are in the Discord, or of course, if you leave any comments or have any questions, I look to get back to those as soon as possible as well, as mentioned earlier. And I love engaging and chatting and helping out in there as well. So as always, until the next video, happy trading.